Hi Gemini, I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with your reading, what you need to know for February. We're starting off first with the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords. All right, when we have Ten of Cups and we have Ace of Swords, this can be something very, very happy that's going on here. This can be the beginning of a very happy new chapter. It can be something that you feel very good about. It can mean like, finally this thing is happening, like finally it's here. It can be a celebration of some sort that's going on, or it can be something that like you finally get to that point where something is going on and it feels really fulfilling to you. Whatever it is, you're starting the month off with a bang in a very good way, and this will feel like a whatever this is, I feel like it helps strengthen your mind. It can be your focus. It can be your peace of mind. You can feel like it clears something away so you can feel cleared. Like it can clear something away that was maybe taking up space for you. And now you're like, okay, now that this has arrived, I feel like I can focus on what's important. This can also be something mentally. I feel like it's going to affect you mentally either way with the Ace of Swords there. But on an emotional level, this is something where you will feel very, very happy with this. The Ten of Cups to me is feeling like when something is being celebrated. So even if this is just on a personal level, it's going to be one of those things. Like I'm seeing like confetti, the noises of like the horns that are blown and stuff. And so, yeah, that's what I'm seeing be happening at the very, very, very beginning of the month. So it's like the first of the month, the second of the month, this is happening. You feel very happy with this. This can even be happy news that you get. And I get the sense of this being tangible as well. Like something even physically, or this has physical implications or like worldly implications. Yeah, something challenging. I'm seeing it's over. It's like finally that thing is over and done with. But you could have really had to like show up and not give up. Like maybe you had to put a lot of effort in. I'm seeing you feel like you can relax now once this happens. Maybe you feel as well like you have to, like something's going on where maybe you've been having to protect your energy or like what's precious, what's important, what matters to you. I'm seeing the Devil and I'm seeing Queen of Wands here, but it feels like the Devil is moving towards the Queen of Wands. And I'm seeing Queen of Wands be you in this instance. And you may have something that you feel like you need to protect, like something that you cherish even, or like this can be multiple things that are important to you that you're trying to keep maybe away from something so it's not being infringed upon. But then having the Devil there can be something that's showing up in like maybe some type of coercive way. I'm going to clarify the Devil and see. This can even be having to do with fears or having to do with like tangible things that are going on within your experience. Wow. What is this? I'm seeing Six of Wands, so whatever it is, I'm seeing it not get to you. Like, I'm seeing it be very much warded off. So it doesn't really seem so powerful anymore, but maybe before this point could have been something possibly concerning, but not anymore. This, I'm seeing this is going to be a really big deal. Whatever this Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords is, it's connected with the Six of Wands. Big, big deal for you. So this can be like, yeah, success or like Yes, I'm getting a really important win here. It'll be too a time where you're like, the effort that I put in, it really paid off. I'm so glad that I did this. So you'll be very happy with this. And it feels too like it allows something difficult to be over and done with. I wonder too if you had to protect the sanctity of something as well, where you're like, I'm doing this for me and my peace of mind or my emotional well-being, and so it's worth it to me to keep doing this, even though that may have been being challenged, but then I'm seeing it, you feel like you're in that safe space again. I feel like a high pressure, some type of intense situation that was going on, but then I'm seeing it not be a thing anymore. Okay, there can be some type of social problem that this is connected with. Whatever that was going on, it can have to do with like relationships, social stuff. This is something that could have maybe like gotten to you on a mental level for a bit. I feel like kind of tempting you in to play that game, but you could have also been not trying to do that, but it could have been like very, like I get this. With the devil, I see almost an egging on energy. You know, like this is going to be something tempting you to engage within it, but I see it as being something that if you're not giving into it, and if you can see this from a zoomed out perspective, it can be something that you don't want to get involved in. You see how the devil is there? It feels like something that's showing up, like you're really going to ignore me, but then see how this is looking away, like, no, I don't want you to get involved in what I have going on. But yeah, it could have been something that really felt like a nuisance to you, and I'm seeing it be related socially. So I'm seeing something socially related going on. I'm hearing contact. And so whatever that was showing up, and I almost feel in a way like the devil's showing up somewhere that it's not supposed to. So whatever this thing is, I feel like it could have been goading you into playing that game or like stooping to that level, but having the Magician be here and the Queen of Wands, which the Queen of Wands is this part of you that if something gets too close, because we have the devil and the Queen of Wands next to each other, if the devil gets too close to the Queen of Wands, you know, like Queen of Wands may potentially react, you know, like snap back, do something. But I'm seeing you be in a spot where it's like not wanting to do that unless you have to. And then having the Magician looking the other way, I feel very much like unless there's no other way than to have to interact with the devil, I'm not going to be doing that. And I feel like you don't have to in this situation. As far as what I'm seeing so far, like I feel like it's that thing that's there, but there's a barrier around you, so it can't actually get to you unless you let that happen. Having the devil and having the Magician, this is something that on a mental level could have been trying to get to you, like attempting to. It's kind of like your firewall here being tested. Mental agility and strength to see if you'll fold or not, which can give you more insight into yourself and where you are and what may feel triggering to you, and if you give into that, like if you cave in, if you react or not. But I see very much like there can be something socially going on where you're like, I'm focusing on my own stuff. I'm focusing on my peace of mind. Like maybe this is even some type of drama that you could have gotten involved with. You see too, again, how the Magician is looking away. This is connected with the devil. So I feel like there's something socially that this is connected with, but Magician is looking away. So I feel, and this is the future, this is the past. So I feel like rather than getting involved in this, you're like thinking about the future and that, and looking towards the Four of Swords where you're like, my peace of mind is important. So you do have the potential to get involved in this, but I'm seeing you be at a point where I don't think that that's what you're going to be doing here. But it may have been something that could have possibly riled you up with the devil. You know, like it's something that's going to get to you enough that you can be tempted to get involved, but then being like, no. So yeah, whatever it is, it could have been like, do it, cave, come this way. And and it will, whatever it is, it would be something that would impact you on a mental level. It would like psychologically. But with the Magician is feeling really strong to me, and so I feel like you see the strength of your mind here and you don't give this attention. Almost, it feels even like ignoring that. And you can be like, I have more important things to do than to be getting involved with this and to be letting this get to me. On the outside, that can be how you're feeling. On the inside, maybe a little bit of a different story here. This can be something that maybe... Yeah, I feel like you're going through something that feels challenging, but at the same time, I'm seeing other stuff that's going on that feels like it's moving forward. Whatever this circumstance is, I'm seeing you rise to the occasion here, and I'm seeing things really be working out for you. That Six of Wands shows that whatever effort it is that you put into this, things do end up going your way. But there is a very obvious, like, having to protect your peace, having to protect your peace of mind, having to show up and think about really deliberately the moves that you're making here. Even though this is something that can like pull you underwater, I feel you knowing that you don't want that to happen and then not letting that happen. That doesn't mean you're not affected by this energy being around you. At the same time, I feel like you're not giving into it though. But it can be something that feels mentally draining, and that's also why it feels especially important for you to be doing what you need to do to mentally ground and stay charged. And also to know when you need to step back and recharge. And recharging in a way where it helps you reconnect with what's important so you don't lose sight of that. So you don't lose sight of what you're doing. So you don't lose sight of what's important. So you don't lose sight of your plans and your intentions here. So you don't get involved in this in a way that sidetracks you. Because that's all this is something that would sidetrack you. But you don't need to give it any importance. And even though with the Devil, it can be something that feels hard to ignore. Like the Devil is not some little thing where it's like, of course I wouldn't get involved in that. The Devil is something that comes through and it's hard to ignore. And that's why it's so easy to get to you. You know, it will do something to trigger you, to try to get you involved in this situation, to try to get you to engage. But with the Magician, I feel like you're like, no, I'm smarter than that. Like I'm seeing through this. And this isn't just like from a standpoint of intelligence and logic and reasoning. This is also like your inner knowing not to do that, not to engage in this and let it sidetrack you. So just keep that in mind. And there can be a part of you that feels drained by having to go through this process where it takes energy to resist something. And so that can also be a feeling that you're experiencing too. When we have the Devil involved as well, it can be like, if you just do that, it'll make it easier to deal with this situation. But then it's a very high price that you have to pay for it. And it can be something that you don't want to do. So I'm seeing that things are going to come out more clearly for you. But know that if you feel low energy, especially like with your mental stamina, it's because of working through this, and it's very normal for you to be feeling that way. I'm seeing all in all, you are focused on what's important to you. Don't lose sight of that. You can spend some more time than usual reflecting. Maybe you're going to be a little bit less social as well. Maybe in this circumstance particularly. It can feel challenging to take time and to sort of spend time more so alone in that like undisturbed space. At the same time, rather than react, at the same time it can be more important to do that. Like this can be something where you're learning a lot about yourself. Yeah, I'm seeing some type of social conflict that's going on here. It can be something that you feel uneasy about. You can feel upset about it too. You can feel disappointed, but I'm seeing that you're going to be moving out of it. I don't think this situation, I feel like this situation is not going to be something that lasts for a long time. I'm getting confirmation of this. It's not going to be long lasting. That doesn't mean it's comfortable. I'm seeing like an awkward, uncomfortable situation here. The challenge for you is to be hermit, which means do not react to this. You want to do something, you want to react to this, take it into a space with yourself and be like, what's going on here, you know? And just like work with yourself in that way to really dig deep and to bring light to the situation, what you need to understand about it, what you need to know about it. And I really am seeing that things are going to like blow over essentially, okay? That doesn't mean that you can feel upset about what's going on. You can say, I didn't want this to be happening. Nonetheless, it is happening. And so there's going to be some processing as well of just like what's occurred. I feel like there's an important perspective that you're going to gain moving through this, and it's something that's really going to sink in on an emotional level, on a felt level. This is what's going to be understood. And I think too that it has to do with like your peace of mind and your heart and what feels nourishing and stabilizing, and also too about your energy and what you're investing your energy in, and knowing what not to invest your energy in as well, and like what's not worth it. Not that things aren't tempting, but what's not worth it. What doesn't deserve your energy. I'm also seeing too that even though this is going on, starting off with the 10 of Cups, I'd say in general, like February is going to be a happy and fulfilling month. You also have like this situation that's unfolding, but I think like in the background and whatnot, I see for the most part like things are going to be feeling pretty good to you. This does feel like a big event that's going on, and it can be like it feels more annoying than anything to have to be dealing with, but at the same time I think this is going to help you arrive at like a very important perspective, understanding, conclusion even about what's happening. This is necessary for some reason for you to be going through. Like there's something important that's being learned as you go through this. And also, this is about protecting your peace of mind. It's about protecting your well-being, protecting your like pursuit of happiness, and not getting knocked off track of that. Because I see in general like things are going well for you, and it feels like this is like, don't allow this to detract from that or to distract you from what you have going on. Don't give it more importance than it deserves, okay? Yeah. All right. We are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.